Good question. I think Yuri's paper illustrates how difficult it is to estimate the potential GDP and the GDP gap. GDP gap goes into the rules, and so there's huge uncertainty about that. I think that makes monetary policy difficult, whether you have rules or whether you don't. You have to kind of have a sense of where you are. But I say, so take the situation right now in the U.S. I unfortunately agree that we probably got a low potential has come down because of productivity growth are being low. I don't think it's permanent. I think a change in policy could move that. There's nothing, to me, there's nothing secular about that. It's just where we are. But with respect to monetary policy, it does show you know, 4.5% unemployment is not a situation where a big burst of demand policy is going to change that very much. So the policy would be get the Fed back to normal, which by most calculations is a higher interest rate, and then worry about other policies that we know have a better chance of increasing long-term growth than monetary policy. So those various kinds of reforms that we've been talking about in this whole conference, so important for every single country. But those are more structural, sometimes it's called, supply side it's sometimes called, but it's really not monetary. Monetary policy is very important to provide the framework for those kinds of policies so that markets operate well. And but to me, the uncertainty about potential GDP is a problem for monetary policy, but it's not the problem I would focus on now at least for the developed countries.